Good morning. Good morning. What is going on, you beautiful people? It is 3:17 a.m. It's a Friday. We're going to treat our Friday like our Monday and go just as hard. No stop. I woke up this morning. I got to tell you, mornings are pretty easy for me. Mornings are pretty easy getting up. Like, the time I get up is great. If I get out the door earlier, that's perfect. But the only part about the morning that is difficult, and I gotta believe it's 10 times harder for everybody else, because I've conditioned myself to go into a specific kind of mindset. But the morning, immediately when my eyes open up, all these thoughts start coming to me. And it doesn't matter how good I'm doing financially. It doesn't matter how good I'm doing physically. Doesn't matter how good I'm doing personally. Something or things will start to interrogate the crevices, the deep, dark spots in my mind. And I told my wife yesterday. I said, I said I woke up, and the first thing that came to me, I think it was some deals we have going on, and then some buyers who had just disappeared. Like, we were working with them and they just disappeared. And then grocery shopping. And then some utility bills, and a car, and a house that we're dealing with. And all these things started coming at me. And I said, you know what? I said, they didn't live very long, because I smashed them in about 3 minutes. About 180 seconds, I smashed them. Somebody might be wondering, well, how do you smash all these thoughts? It's because the mind will imagine 10 times worse than what actually is. Or if there's no facts whatsoever, it will conjure up these ideas of the worst case scenario. So these ideas started coming up, and they started running into me, and I had to reinforce what I thought and what I believed. And with the client that ran off, and I don't know what happened to him. Maybe they got cold feet. Ooh, buying a house. It's more than I'm ready to commit to right now. Who knows? But then I had to remind myself, there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that need my help. Don't waste your time with somebody who doesn't need your help. Because if that individual really needed me, I wouldn't have to hunt them down to bestow upon them a blessing. Or maybe we weren't compatible and we saved ourselves a bunch of time in the long run. That's okay too. Grocery shopping. That's simple. Carve out an hour, go to the grocery store. There's nothing to worry about. You just do it. But what about that house? It's kind of a big issue. Big responsibility. But every time something's come up with that house, you've always provided a way. So why would I worry about it now? See, I'm conditioned. And I have enough reference points, enough things that have happened in my life where I can sit back and say, it's kind of like walking through a haunted house. Yeah, I know you look like Jason. I know you're dressed like Freddy. But you better not put your hands on me. These thoughts always try to give you the impression that they're real and that they're valid. But they're not. And I feel for the individual who has yet to exercise those same abilities and skills and talents to talk themselves off of a ledge. But something tells me that if it affects me, I don't think I'm alone. If it affects me, something tells me that it's affecting you. And it's probably affecting you a lot longer than it's affecting me. Especially if discipline is not a part of your lifestyle. Especially if those thoughts can just pick you up like a gust of wind and just take you wherever. I would consider if I was you doing a couple things, but the main thing I would consider doing is exploring the validity of those thoughts and whether or not there's any true merit to them. Because for as strong as they felt and as real as they felt, once I was finally able to come off the ledge and dissect each issue that was brought to my attention, I found out it was a non-issue. Not only was it a non-issue, it was a lie. Your mind will have you worrying about things that are not even true. You have to rise above that. And be honest with yourself. You have to. Or it could be your mind that holds you back. Ain't that funny? The same thing that can take you anywhere is also the same thing that can keep you still.